Thank you very much for the introduction, Kareem. I am here to talk about Pelican, which is a trading app that I have been developing with my brother for about 18 months now. And the idea of Pelican came about from several observations that we made when we were supplying software to the likes of IG and City Index and London Capital Group and people. And we thought there was an opportunity just to improve the communications around the trading experience. So the first one of these observations is that in the institutional space, communications channels are absolutely critical to the whole trading experience. Yet for the retail trading space, they're not even an afterthought. And I think there's this sort of like perception amongst the retail trading space that you should be at the bottom of your garden, in your man shed, surrounded by 6 different screens and not communicating with the outside world at all. And a couple of years later, you'll emerge from your man shed with a pot of gold and everything will be absolutely happy. If you said that to institutional traders who work in hedge funds, who work in banks and places like that, they would look at you with complete bemusement. They would be like, well, no, my communication with the outside world gives me the advantage which allows me to trade well. And of course, the sticking glue of all of that is your Bloomberg terminal. But a Bloomberg terminal, as you well know, costs about $2,500 a month. And for us mere proles on the street, that clearly isn't an option. So the first thing was retail traders need some kind of communications device. The second issue, is simply that retail traders obviously knew that. But because they didn't have a communications device that was tailored to them for trading, they used the likes of WhatsApp, they used Skype, they used Basecamp and various other ones. And whilst they're all fantastic and they're all free, it doesn't give the whole picture. Because if I'm having a discussion with my brother, say for example, about what trades I'm going to make about the non-farm payrolls this afternoon, we can have the most wonderful discussion, we can look at all the best charts, but if I can't see the trades that he's making, and he can't see the trades that I'm making, I am not getting the full picture of our dialogue. So people need to see each other's trades if they're discussing. The third observation was that there are some fantastic forums out on the internet, III, Motley Fool, ADVFN, but they are all open. You go on there as a complete stranger and you go and put your views up there with the rest of the internet. And the traders that we spoke to, and my feelings in particular, is that if I'm going to be honest and frank with someone, I want to do it in a private setting. I don't want to do it with the rest of the universe to go and have a look. So the fourth observation is that whilst we were developing software for the retail trading platforms, obviously the likes of eToro and Zulu Trade came into existence under our very nose. But the more we used them and more we spoke to people who used them, it became very obvious that they weren't quite getting something right. And our view was that they were pushing people, as soon as you go on there, into auto-copying. It was all about trying to get your money from you and then go and give it to a trading guru and get them to trade on your behalf. But trading's not about that. Trading is about making your own decisions. Yes, you want to go and discuss something with a friend, but you still want to pull the trigger. You still want to make those decisions yourself. So it shouldn't be about, go on, give us your money, go and copy that guru. It should be more about, let's have a discussion about a trade and then start trading. So these were the basic observations behind Pelican and why we started. And Pelican, what it does is it marries a communications platform with a trading platform. In a nutshell, it's WhatsApp meets IG. And so for the first time, traders can go and set up private groups with the people they trust, have a chat with them, and see the trades in real time that fall out of those discussions. So these next few slides just give you a few screenshots about the app. You can see it's very, very simple. It operates through these what are called primary navigation tabs, these ones down here. You've got trading, you can look at your positions, and you've got your chat. This screen, you see that trade happening in real time, and you can see the P&L of that trade as the trade unfolds. And clearly, I disagree with what he's saying. This is something that we're working on right now, so not only will you be able to see people's trades, but you'll be able to see their performance on a market-by-market basis. So you can see whether someone is having particular form in a market, and it's worth observing his trades. So that is Pelican in a nutshell, and our target market is quite simply you. We launched at the end of April, so we've been going just over a month. We are finding that traders who mentor other traders find this app particularly useful, because they can obviously see the trades that their students are doing, and the students can see the trades that their mentors are doing. And we've got several groups where that's happening on the app, and they seem to find it invaluable and are using it in conjunction with their other communications tools. So obviously we think our technology is brilliant, and it took us a long period of time and pain and suffering to go and get it live. However, lots of people ask us about the FCA and the regulation, and this is a serious competitive advantage for us. It took us 3 years and 4 attempts to get the permissions from the FCA to do this. And to the best of our knowledge, we are the only company that has successfully applied for permissions to social trade from the FCA. There are other people, like some of the other social trading platforms, but they are regulated in Cyprus and passported in through MiFID into the UK. But there's very few people that the FCA give these licenses to, and we're one of them. This is just to say that it's not just us who think this is a brilliant idea. We have had investment and backing from 2 ex-directors at IG, and also an investment from Venrex, which is a specialist fund in growth starters with expertise in this space. We are well financed and rearing to go with people who know what they're talking about. And so this final slide just gives you a bit of a feel about what we're doing yet. We're very much in an MVP stage, which is tech speak for it's very basic at the moment. However, over the next few months, we will be introducing charts, so people can post charts onto a chat wall and discuss those charts and go and draw the lines and trend lines, etc. We'll be introducing stats, so you can see full breakdown of how people are doing in various different markets. For those people who like trading equities, we're going to be introducing fundamental analysis on there through a partnership. We've had requests for leaderboards, which essentially make chats into a competition. We're very mindful of being a competition because we want to be seen first and foremost as a serious trading app, but it seems people like competing with each other, so that will make that into an instant competition with your friends. Thank you very much for your time. It's a very brief presentation, but I'm happy to take any questions about it that you may like.
Obviously, this is targeted at individual traders. This targeted for individual traders, right?
Yes. Well, it's individual traders who've got friends that they like to discuss trades with and discuss trading ideas with. That's who it's targeted at.
Not the institute.
No, not the institutions. I mean, in time we want to make it, in time we want to make it, I mean, it is good enough for them right now, but not many of them use the platforms that we plug into. But if you're spending $2,500 a month on Bloomberg, and I'm not saying that we'll ever compete with Bloomberg in the short term, but we would like to get to a stage where people find it very useful for them. And that means that we'll all be targeting anybody who would find it useful. Well, absolutely. They might do. I mean, there's very tight regulations about who can trade what on their PA accounts in these banks. But you've had lots of interest.
Just for trading, but checks as well.
Yes, but we have to keep all the text anyway for the FCA. We've got to keep a record of that for 7 years. And over due course, we will be introducing algorithms to spot suspicious behaviour. And it's, you know, it's not rocket science. People trading FX, there's not a lot you can do to be able to move an FX market, but if someone suddenly piles into a small penny stock on AIM, you know that there's something, and we've got a duty to report that kind of behaviour. And at the moment, it's actually City Index who take the trade, so they're under the final obligation, but we would certainly flag it to them.
Yeah, I clearly see the benefits of this app, especially for traders who are looking to mentor other traders. But on the other hand, don't you think that it might be counterproductive for a trader who is working towards being a independent-minded trader, a trader who is looking to stick and follow a trade plan? Because it's very easy for traders to be swinged from left to right.
For sure.
The views and opinions of other people, as opposed to being an independent thinking trader who has got a trade plan and is trying to stick to the trade plan. Do you think that might be counterproductive?
Yes, potentially. I would agree with that. And the way that one particular group is working on our app right now is called the Market Sniper, Francis Hunt. And he has a group and he's a mentor for about 10 people. And he is all about teaching them to work to a trade plan and to make sure that they stick to that plan and go through trades that might fit that trade plan. And you can see him getting cross with people who suddenly go and do a trade.